few laps. So before I park the car, I want to get rid of my backpack. That thing is huge right now. So it's that Osprey 55 gallon. So I'm just turning back down this road that goes behind the building, and I'm going to jump out and I am going to throw this backpack in there real quick. All right. That way I don't have to walk up the road with it and be more suspicious, right? So here we go. All right, back in. It's all in there right now, so we're good. Now time to go park the car. So that's our building right over there. All right, so we're all parked. I can see it behind my shoulder, but we're parked on this back street. So now we're just gonna walk up. So right here is that other building, and that's the walkway that goes across to this other larger building. You can see all the lights are broken out, or the windows are all broken out. And this one here, it's a cool reflection. You can see the reflections in the windows. But these are all boarded up. Like I said, the electric windows are boarded up. I believe this is all boarded up because people used to go in here. You can see it's a nice big lock on here. I don't know if we can see inside there or not. Yeah. So that goes, yeah. So that goes right across to the other street, up over to the main road. Electric. So man, there was a lot of power going into these buildings. Look at the size of them wires. Wow. A lot of power. So they were running a lot of machinery in here at one time. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it'd be neat to know a little bit more about this building and when it was built, but you know, look at the layers of brick. Yeah, there's ground wires coming down. So that's what that is, a ground wire. But really cool. I've got a car coming up behind me here. Alright, so yeah, it must have been some type of a water tower or something. It's got a chute there. I don't know what that was. If you know, comment in the comment section, but really cool ladder that goes up to it. And there is a chute on the bottom, so it's sitting on a concrete patio kind of thing with a lot of I-beams. But there's a chute right there, so I don't know what would have been up in there. But pretty cool. A lot of vines. Vines growing up the wall. A lot of vines on the windows. So when that all fills in the spring, it's gonna be pretty cool to look at. A lot of junk down in there. Still ice along the edges, so that's what I was just slipping on. But yeah, so this is our building that we're gonna set up in up here. So I've already got the backpack in there. Threw everything in there that I need. So I don't want to walk over there with a selfie stick. Filming. Yeah, I'm filming, right? So look back at this side. I don't know, maybe when it gets later, I'm not sure. But I don't want to be walking around the building too much. I don't want to draw attention to it, but maybe we'll just walk around this like we're kind of, someone says, oh, they're just kind of walking around. I'm gonna rust. You know, just the color of this metal, isn't that cool? Oh man, I love that. That would make some really nice ceiling in somebody's man cave. Yeah, but yeah, some no parking here. So let's just kind of get a little bit wider of a view of where home is tonight. Some trees growing up. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the sky is beautiful, isn't it? All right, so shipping door 1 and 2, or receiving door 1 and 2. I don't know if you can see it, the sun coming through up there in that upper window on that tower. That's pretty cool. So the sun's setting. We're gonna have to get going, get cooking. So let's just kind of take a walk in here real quick. All right. So like I said, here's our spot. We gotta get working, get setting up. Sunset there. So this is what I threw in here real quick in this corner. You know that I'm just looking out this window here. So you can see this house is right across the street. Yeah. And then looking out this way. So I've got a house over there. You can see it through the door. Up there on the corner, that's the road that turns back here. So there's a road there. And a lot of houses right across the street, so I'll have to really watch this opening, doing too much near it. That kind of give you a good view of what's going on here. So this is our post. I'm gonna get set up. Let's get the hammock strung. Hammock set up. I've got my underquilt, or my top quilt is already in there. So we've got the underquilt. Sun's coming through that door. At least the light from it. We can't actually see the sun, but right here I've got a straight shot towards this door. I'm seeing those windows over there, but I'm going to be down low enough to where they won't be able to see me. Like I said, everything I do is going to have to be on this side because the town is on that side just to protect. So I've got things set up over here for cooking. I don't know if I want to put up my, maybe. Might put my tarp up just in this area, but I'm going to get rid of this trash can laying here. It's nice and empty. A lot of wood. Kick the cardboard out from under me. Feels like a whole sweatshirt. Here's a lid for the trash can. That's a nice old wooden door there. Just two 2x4s nailed together. Got another one of those Corvus bricks. Kind of clean it up underneath me here quick. Getting rid of any kind of tripping hazards because when it gets dark, yeah, definitely, you know, getting rid of any boards or anything like that. Just checking for any debris. Try to get me a. There goes a. I think that was a fire truck. Fire truck. Some glass, broken glass. Oh, see, there you go. See, here's a nail sticking right up. So when you do this kind of stuff, you kind of, these abandoned buildings, you got to really watch. I'm gonna go ahead and stand right up in the corner for a second, and then anytime you find a nail, whether you're going to be around it or not, just go ahead and bend it over. Bend it over so nobody else steps on it. There we go. All right, I'm still going to set it up out of the way. All right. So let me switch you around here. All right, so this is our setup. Now what I'm going to do, now we're getting a nice sunset there. It's pretty bright in the camera. Once I get out of this dark, you can see it's still blue skies, but nice setup, nice, nice sunset too. So I've got my backpack right here. It's kind of in a mess right now, but I pulled out the stuff for cooking. I'm not going to build a fire in here, even though I've got that wood back there. I mean, there was a lot of nice branches that came off of that tree. Not sure, I think that might be a walnut tree. But man, I still like this door. Boy, that's beautiful. Like I said, just this old structure, just kicking this stuff out of the way. But right over in here, see all that dried wood. That'd be perfect, perfect, perfect for a fire. But I ain't gonna do one. I've got my backpacking burner with me, so that's what we're gonna use. So again, I'm using the Amaya hammock underquilt. The actual hammock, which isn't Amaya. This one is, if you want to know. This is Clavor. It's CU. I've got a whole video on this in the hammock playlist. Just look for setting up the hammock for the first time. Covacure. So it does have the bug net on it. And then I have the top quilt already in here set up, ready to go. I still think possibly, I mean, I don't need the tarp for over top of me. That I don't need. So we're not going to worry about that, I don't think. But I do have that camo, and it should stretch pretty much across here. I might go ahead and set that up across here, just so I have a little bit of camo protection. Plus, I like it. And I want to see what it looks like in here. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. I'll bring it back on in a little bit. All right. All right. Definitely getting darker. So you can see I went ahead and set up that camo net. Because of the lighting behind it, you can really see my hammock right now through it. But as it gets darker, that's going to disappear right back there. So, all right. So back in here is the. Let me step on this side, okay, see a little better. Oh. Right. So you can see the light coming in down there. So there's the hammock, light coming through the door, sun coming through the door there. It's a lot brighter than what it actually is, but you can see I got my hammock hung real good, and also got the backpack hung. It's hard to see, but right there's a stick that goes through some paracord. So I wanted to get that up off the ground. I don't know what kind of rodents are going to be in this area, but I definitely want to keep that up and out of the way. So I am stepping on little pieces of pottery. So that's what you hear clinking a little bit. All right, so I am going to get cooking. So let's go over here. I'll show you what I got set up for a kitchen. So I just ran paracord from one side to the other for the camo, but I went ahead and set this up here. So we got a couple of those bricks, two standing up. I wanted to get it up a little higher, and on top I've got my cutting board. So I'm gonna start breaking out the food and start cutting, get the stove going, and I'll show you all that. All right, so I moved the table a little bit because I think I'm blurry. Am I blurry? All right, so I moved the table a little bit because I'm trying to take advantage of this light because I don't want to turn a light on. It's actually there's a street light right out here that's shining in here. So I think we may have some good light for this. So I moved the table, let me show you. So I moved the table over here. It was right over there, but I was in a big shadow. But I want you to see me cutting up everything for dinner. All right, so what we're gonna have fajitas. All right, so that's good. Let me show you what we got here. So we got a stick of butter, because everything's better with butter, right? so this is Irish butter. So we've got that. All right, so I can set that over here. And I am gonna have to get cooking and cutting. So we've got portobello mushrooms. I do have an onion. Gotta find it somewhere. Oh, I know where it's at. All right, and I've got a Delmonico. Look at the marbling in that. Yeah, that's great. So I've got that. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in this bag because I don't want to lay it on the concrete. So let me throw that down. All right, so let me get my knife. Here it is. And grab that onion and we'll get cooking. And one thing about this knife, great knife, but look at that tip. I had it for a week and broke that dang tip. So do not recommend this unless you're very, very careful. So not a bushcraft knife, but I like this finger hold so that I can just cut. So we'll get that going. All right, so we got an onion and we've got a green pepper. Look at that lighting coming in this door. That's pretty cool. I just got to watch for cars coming up through here. And I don't want to put a tarp there. I could stand that old door up there, but I want to see the sunset. So I've got a green pepper and I've got an onion. So let's get those chopped up. Let's get them portobello mushrooms chopped up and, man, get cooking. So I'm going to grab a couple of these. I do have that bag there. All right, so here we go. We'll start with the portobello mushrooms and get them sliced into slices. I don't know how many I'm going to use, but I brought quite a few of them. Nice little cutting board. I'm liking this. So there we go. So there's the mushrooms. And let's see, more. I think we need more of those. Oh, there's a good big one. So that's a good portobello. Yeah, baby portobello is what they are. So we've got to cut that green pepper up as well. So I guess this is stealth camping, but it's kind of urban stealth camping because we're in a town. So just kind of be a little bit more cautious. I do have a little bit of a benefit of being where we're at right now, being on a back road, a little bit more, not a back road, but off the main street. So I've got this bag here. I'm going to throw all my extra stuff in. So that's the mushrooms. And we're going to get the onion going. So I have some Ziploc bags if I don't use all of it, but I like onion. So yeah. There we go. Nice chop there. Nice one. I'm going to just score this. A lot of onion left on that part, so I'm actually going to take this and throw it into a separate Ziploc bag. These peels and stuff, because I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to make a soup later this week. And if you're making a brown gravy, you don't even have to peel it. Throw the peels in too. That actually helps with the brown gravy. They dissolve and stuff. So like I said, I'm going to throw that right in with this Ziploc bag. Seal that up good, because I am going to use that whole onion. I'm going to use that whole thing. All right. It is about 52 degrees. So we've been camping, stealth camping lately at 18 degrees and 30-mile-an-hour winds. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. That's the one when I did Centralia during Snowstorm Izzy, which was only like not even a month ago. And then we just did the one along the river, and it got down to 22. So today, it's like summer. Man, it's really making spring feel like coming along. I'm not setting that on the floor. I'm setting it on my bag because I just want to give this a good, I should bring you in close so you can see my cutting skills. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah. So I like strips, but I am going to probably give this a good cut right down the center too, just to split them up a little bit. So that'll be our onions. Yeah. But I'm going to give it another couple chops, just so we get it in there. All right, so I did bring that green pepper, so I'm going to throw the rest of that onion in that bag too, because that'll be for later. And I'm going to leave that open. All right, so a lot of people will do it this way, which I like doing, just going around it. The top, rather than, I guess I could cut the other way too, but I like doing like this. And I just take my thumb and I push it in and it breaks it. So then I just pull all the seeds out all at one shot. So see there? So that little bit of white fiber in there. That ain't gonna hurt nobody. That's probably extra vitamin C. You know, this fun fact. What do you think has more vitamin C in it, an orange or a green pepper? And if you chose green pepper, I won't give you a lot of time to think about it, but if you chose green pepper, you are right. So green pepper has a lot of vitamin C. So like that. All right, so I'm gonna chop this down and this way. I think I'm gonna go long, not long ways, but I'm gonna go push it down so I get flat and get cutting. Kind of reminds me of my chef's knife. Except for this green pepper's a little long for that, so I'm gonna stack them just so it's a little easier. All right, and watch the fingers. So you want to leave with the same amount of fingers that you started with, and no band-aids. All right, so. Boy, this would make a great ASMR video. I probably won't make one out of this because I'm talking, doing a lot of talking. So we got a little bit of green pepper left. We're gonna throw that in our baggie here, because that will do another meal. And get the main attraction out, which is the marbleized Delmonico steak. We're living the life, aren't we? So I am gonna go ahead and push all this aside, give me a little bit of room, because I want to shave this. I don't want to chunk it, okay? So I want to try to get it down to a shave. So we're going to see, this is a pretty thick piece of steak here. I'm here in a vehicle, but look how thick that is. I'll just hold off for a second. All right, it left. Where it was, but I am talking pretty loud, but I don't think anybody's gonna hear us, so let me just give this a good shave here. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice piece of cut there. Now I'm gonna leave the fat on, because fat is flavor, right? And we can use it. However, I did bring my GPS along, and no GPS, if you ever saw one of my other videos, I say, what is GPS? Well, everybody knows what GPS is, but you don't know what 2.0 GPS is. That's anytime we're cooking. That's my go-to, which is garlic, pepper, and salt. So that's my GPS, right? So that is my go-to. So we're gonna push that aside too. And then, let's see. All right. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit because I want you to see me shaving this here, because this is pretty cool. All right, so there we go. We're all chopped up. So we've got our Delmonico, our green peppers, our onions, and also our mushrooms, and then our Irish butter. So let's get that worked up, and I got to get that stove started. But let's take another look outside. Ah, yeah, almost dark. You got the peppers and the onions and the mushrooms going. I just put some of the steak in. I'm going to keep adding, just kind of layering it in there. Now, I like mine medium rare, so if you don't like medium rare, you like it well done, well, you're going to have to make your own. But I'll tell you what, that street light right out the door here is really helping a lot. Yeah, because it's keeping it stealth, only because I'm not having to turn the light on, which is really, really crazy. That's good, that's good. So now that we got that, we're gonna add Random Adventures 2.0 GPS to the mix. So get that in there. And a heavy portion. Oh man, it's smelling good. And I'm gonna add some more butter. Yeah, a little more butter. Whoop. Landed on my cutting board. All right. Yeah, nice. Got this little spatula. Got our knife. We're gonna just cook any of that raw meat off of there. Just kind of heat it up. I don't want to put it back in the sheath with raw meat on it. If it had a little GPS on it, I might lick it. Yeah. No, that's all cooked off. Good deal. So, get that back in the sheath. I moved the camera so you can actually see me now. A little bit while I'm cooking still. I just got to worry about my shadow casting out of the door behind me. So I'm going to stick the knife right in this cinder block's pretty nice. I got little shelves down there. This is coming along really good. Oh yeah, that's doing real good. So what we're doing is we're making fajitas. So let me show you where are the wraps. Where are the wraps? There we go. All right. So I'm going to use these wraps. I'll throw a picture up here. Yeah. So because you can't see it that far, but we're going to use wraps. So I'm going to get this set up. Now there's 8 in a pack. I'm not going to eat 8 of them. I might have enough left over for 8, but that's going to be a lot left over. Maybe I'll eat. Maybe I'll get up in the middle of the night and eat some more. All right, so get this in our Ziploc bag as well. The butter, because I'm not going to use the butter anymore. Just kind of waiting. If I see headlights coming up the road there, I'm going to duck in the shadow here. I hear cars, but they're out on the main drag out there. We'll take a walk down the sidewalk after we eat. Kind of get a. Let me just give this a quick taste. Oh, that's done good. Oh man. Oh, that is good. That is really good. I tell you, Tony's 2.0 GPS. I gotta do this. I should patent this, right? Yeah, I'll go into food marketing with my GPS, because there's a certain percentage of each. So you just go out and make it. There's a certain percentage of each for that perfect balance. All right, so let me just give it some more stirs. Oh yeah. So that's definitely good. That is perfect. I don't know if I bring it over into the light, if you can see it good. We're gonna have to try something else. All right, So I'm going to turn this burner off. Let that cool down so we can pack that back away. So I'm probably going to make a cup of coffee here after a bit. Because that's what we do, right? So now I didn't bring dessert, so I'll tell you what, I'd much rather this than dessert. Man, this is like dessert. Oh man, that's good. I really wish you could taste this. So we've got our wraps. Let's get them opened up. Now, on the video, if you're watching these in succession, the one that I'm going to post Wednesday, that's the Alpine Air grilled chicken jambalaya that I did down at the water overflow down at the dam. But if you know, in that one, I did not, I didn't, I'm just gonna heat that up on top of there, just so it gets a little bit more softer. But I forgot my spoon, so I had to carve a spoon. I didn't bring that spoon today because I grabbed my other backpack that actually has 2 spoons in it, so I had both spoons packed in the same backpack. So that's the one we got along with us today. All right, so I am going to take this cutting board and just flip it over, because this is the side that I did not cut the meat on. Now, I'm probably gonna turn that burner back on when I go to make that coffee. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this cutting board over this area where I cooked that meat. And then I'll definitely clean it when I get home. But for now, I mean, we're not doing that. All right, so. Let's get one of these made. So. All right, so here's I'm gonna have to tilt it out so you can see the green peppers and the steak, and man, that looks good. All right. That's fat. It's gonna be a big one. So these tortillas, they're only 5 carbs. They're thin. They're easy to work with. I like that. So yeah, let's give that a try. Looks good. Yeah, this is a moment of truth. I already tasted the steak. I know that's good. Mmm. Not nice. Mmm. Boy, that's good. That was a big bite. I'm hungry. Having it all cooking and smelling that, it was just amazing. But mushrooms, those baby portobellos, very good. Very, very good. Well, it's working out very nice. Let that drip into the pan because they're dripping a little bit. Mmm. The peppers, the onions, mushrooms, and that Delmonico's shaved thin like that. Perfect fajita. Yeah, very good. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating this one, and I'm gonna make another one. this is our setup. We just got done eating. Still got some steak left. I'm gonna eat more of it though, but wanted to show you I got some coffee started. So we got our water boiling there for some more coffee, or a cup of coffee. And yeah, that's our setup. So I'm gonna just shine you out the door here, so down the street. So you can see we got that one street light right there. Man, that's perfect. But it does light up this whole area. But the nice thing is that I think you can't see in here unless I stand in the doorway too much. But that's the 2 shipping and loading docks we looked at earlier. But you can see there's a window. I'll walk down a little bit further. And this is that other big opening that's facing the road. So those are those houses like directly across from us. So you can see there's lights on. But here again, busy road. Busy road. Oh, looks like our coffee's boiling, water's boiling. So let me get that going. So have a cup of coffee and, oh, that's really boiling. So got the lid up. Turn it off. Oh, I'll knock my little lid over. So we got our boiling water right here, and our lighter set aside because we don't need that no more. So this is a pour over coffee, so I'm going to end up using this cup here, this Yeti. Get it set up because I want it to stay warm for a while. But this is that coffee again. This is what we picked up at the REI store. It's a Bold Awakening. It's got some flavors to it, but it's a pour over. I brought this one along rather than just the instant coffee because I've got a trash bag with me and I'm planning on packing everything out in the morning. So I'm not like hiking 10 miles that I got to carry trash. So it's just not too far. All right, so let's give this a whirl. It's a pour over coffee and picked it up at the REI store. Never used one of these before, so kind of take a minute. Oh, it smells good. So you have in here, in the bag, you have a couple things. Looks like so this looks like it attaches to the top of the coffee. And then I guess you pull this bag open. So let me do that. Open this up. So I'm thinking that's what we do. Because that would be the filter. If I'm wrong, it's okay. It'll still work. But I think I got to pour the water into this little hole here. So what I did is I opened the bag. Oh yeah, so that's a natural filter. Here's the little expandable edges. Cardboard. So far, pretty cool. I'm gonna just make sure it's nice and secure. And then we get our water, which is still steaming really good. And then we start our pour over. Only going to put so much in, let it filter down through. Oh, I can hear it down there. You just can't see it. But got a little bit more water here to go. And go the other way. Sorry, I'm blocking you. All right. on. All right. So I am going to turn my light on just for a second. Just this. Oh no, I don't have to. I can see it. It's right to the top. All right, so I'm going to just. Oh yeah, filtering down through. I think what I'm going to do is use these cardboard pieces here and squeeze the rest of that liquid out. That is warm. I guess I can let it steep in there too if I wanted to. Yeah, just steep it a couple times. Well, that is warm though. Right, so I'm gonna work on getting this back into this bag. Well, you know what, I got the other trash bag, but let me stick it in here. All right, so they did swell up because they got the water in them. So I got my pour over part back in there, and let that go. And we'll see. It smells good. It smells real good. Get the lid on the right way. Only because I hold the handle on that side, so I want the opening this side, right? All right, so let's give this a try. Hey, that's a good cup of coffee. I like that. That's very good. Yeah. Yes, it is. Good cup of coffee. I'm gonna grab my headlamp here. I just don't know. I think it's gonna be way too bright. But let me see if I can mute it somehow. Somewhat. Alright. So, yeah, that's pretty bright. I wanna show you the setup over here. Let me get on the other side of this. Alright, so there we go. So there's our camo. I don't want to shine the light up too high because, and then our hammock's right back there. But so I'll be climbing into bed there in a little while. So I've got everything cleaned up. So I've got everything cleaned up right now. So just working on making sure I got everything where I need it. Making sure everything's off the floor, kicking the glass out of the way. Should pick that up. I might pick up some of that glass before I get out of here in the morning, just so nobody steps on it. All right, yeah. All right, let's keep doing some things. I might walk around the building, so let's take a walk. All right, so I'm gonna step into the doorway here. So you can start to see me a little bit. All right, so this is our opening. That's the street light. So I'm gonna go out of director mode and just film. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to see, but hey, let's take a walk. I know the main road out there, that's usually lit up pretty good. So like I said, you just see cars, just lots and lots and lots of cars. All right, so, all right, let's take a walk. So looking back at our building here, so that's the doorway that we just stepped out, and I'm just gonna walk down this alley here. I'm gonna switch modes so I'm not in the picture. So we're just walking back along the back of the building again. We're gonna make our way out front. I might get out front there in a little bit, but yeah, there's just that one street light here, and then there I can see that other one is all lit up down there. So we definitely have two street lights on this back road. Looks like another one a little further where it starts to go up. but not much to see until we get around the street light. But take a walk, get nice and warmed up before I hop in that hammock. It is getting late. But down here is where I parked. I parked down right behind some other cars down here. But we're in that other spot that's got a street light. But it's pretty creepy back here. Yeah. But I'm just gonna give a quick spin. I don't know what that is. Pretty cool. But back up there at that other street light, just past the corner of the building, that's where we're hammocked at. So if I didn't see this on the way up, it's got a lock on it. That's interesting. Oh, it's got a metal grate. Oh, it's a gas bottle. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. This looks like this was a loading dock here as well. But yeah, thanks to that street light, that's really lighting that up really good. Like I said, it'd been really cool to get in that building and just kind of document this old building, because nobody's going to move into this thing. If they do, I'd be really, really surprised. It's such a huge building. You know, all the windows are bad. Probably cost a fortune to heat this thing. That's the problem with old buildings. They just cost an arm and a leg. Yeah. So we're going to walk down behind. This is like a little street that comes down. It's the last street in this town on this lower half here, but it looks like we're going to go back behind some houses, and this is where I parked. I found a nice little spot that didn't look like anybody else was parked there for a while, so we're parked right over here behind this truck, and we'll just kind of make our way down through here. I'm probably gonna turn the camera off. Only because I want to turn it off. I don't want to be filming like this behind these houses. All right, we just rounded the corner down there and walked for a little bit, and so gonna head up the street a little bit more. So this is the corner of the building, the south corner. I'm gonna call it south because I'm gonna say we're on the north side of the building. This is the south side, so really can't see much. Like I said, that's down a little alley. You can see all the cars, man. Tons of cars. Tons of cars. This car with its emergency signals on up there. So there's not enough room to pull off on that road. So people have to, if they're going to drop anything off, they pull to the side and people got to go around them there. So this is that wooden section that was chained on the other side. I really can't see it. Like I said, the only time we can really see this building is when it's under a street light. You can see we got the fenced in area here. So they fenced this whole thing in. Now I heard that's 5 stories there. I heard they're possibly gonna make this a medical supply place. I'm not sure, but for now, that thing's gonna need a lot of work. But the brick should be good, foundation. Yeah, so we're just gonna go through this gate up here. There's some steps right on this upper corner, so we're gonna get hidden back up in our spot up here. But just wanted to make a little trip around. I don't know if we can see. Well, it's gonna be dark going up them steps, but okay. You can see our building back there. So right there's our building. So we're back off the road. This is all fenced here. I'm imagining with these vines having a lot of stuff on them, like vegetation. When the leaves come out, that'd be even more hidden. But it's another look back down the street. All right. we're just gonna kind of, a lot of bricks. There's some steps. That car lit it up pretty good. Just gonna wait to walk up through here. All right. So make a turn on the corner of the building and just start heading back towards our camping spot. All right, hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Stealth Camping Alliance. So that's a group that I'm part of on Facebook. So you will see a hashtag for Stealth Camping Alliance when I post this video. So go check them out. A lot of great guys that do a lot of this same stuff. So they post their videos on, so definitely check it out. So you can see it is dark in there. So that's where we're staying. I'm just gonna do a quick outside look here. So that's back up the street. So we just made a full circle around this building. I want to say the building itself, I don't know, that's long. That's a long way down there. All right. So you can see the houses are crossed. So kind of make like we're walking past the building. Just in case anybody's watching. Kind of come into the side. All right. Listen for cars a little bit, and then we're gonna just sneak back in there quick. All right. There we go. All right, so we made it back in here, so you can see our GPS is still sitting there and everything. So we are back in. Just gonna make a quick walk, look out the front again. So that's those houses right across the street. So we just came up from right down there, right where that car just came out. So we just rounded the corner there. I'll pan you back over. So this is the back of the building again. That's that street light. And we got all of our stuff. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. I'm gonna put all those bricks back and kind of break this down, get it ready, hop into the hammock. All right, let me show you what one of the other thoughts that I have is I picked these up at Walmart. So they're what's called bear bells, I believe. So they're magnetic on the bottom. So they're in this little, you can hear it ringing. So it won't ring when it's in there because there's a magnet on the bottom of this bag. And then you pull it out of the bag. Hear that? So it's got Velcro. So you can see that. I got two of them. So what I did is I set up a Paracord trip line. So if anybody or anything would come in, they're gonna trip on that and it's gonna ring the bell. All right, let me get it set up. Finish setting up, I'll put the bells on and then I'll show you what I did. We gotta stay stealth. Okay, so this is the light coming in from that door, from that street light. So what I did, so come around here. So I don't want it to be in the light, but I'm gonna get down a little closer to it here so you can see it. Okay, so you can see I got bricks tied there, and it comes along, and then there's our first bell. All right, so I'm keeping that one low. I hear voices. I'm keeping that one low in case there's any animals. There are coyotes in the woods close by here, someone said, so I don't know, but there's a truck right over there. I don't know if you can see it. It says truck, so I've got it tied. Okay, so then I got that piece of wood right there, kind of in a way so somebody would trip on it. I got the nails bent. Here's that other bell. It's got that other bell there. So idea is if anybody hits it, it'll shake and it'll ring. I'll hear it. And then we just got it run over here, around there. And then other bell, and then our bricks, and our door. And then we're set up back there. All right, so there's our camo. So right around here. So I can do the light a little bit better back in here because I'm kind of blocked everything. So I'm just gonna, that's the hammock. And there's our doorway over there. So I'm gonna crawl into the hammock. It says there's a lot of debris underneath, so Just got to make sure I place my shoes just right. But yeah, put this door back here, so I'm tucked away nice in here. Got our bells, our security system set up, so we are good. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and climb in, call it a night, and I'll update you later on tonight if anything happens. All right, boy, I seem blurry. Am I blurry, or is it just this red light? I hate using this red light. I got the bug net down in my face. So I just woke up a little while ago, and I just checked the time. It's around 1 o'clock in the morning. So been hanging here for a while, so I did fall asleep really good. Haven't heard my bear bell go off at all, so that's a good sign. So, all right, so I don't know if I can get the, let me see if I can pause this for a second. I'm gonna see if I can kind of give you a shine outside of out of the hammock with me laying in it here. Hold on one second. All right, so I've got the light on just for a minute. You can see I'm hanging in the hammock. There's the our camo running across. There's my feet down there hanging. So you can see I still got my boots on, just because I don't want to step out of the hammock onto a piece of glass or something like that. I mean, I cleaned it up pretty good, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet. I'm gonna spin it around. All right, so this will be a little easier. So that's our doorway over there, and right here's our. And we're just shaded. You know, when I got in the hammock, it sinks down below this netting mesh. So there's my feet. There's my tripod over there, trusty tripod, and a bucket. That's not my bucket, but up through there, that's the open. There's no ceiling on that. Where you see it's black, that is no ceiling. So my light is shining up in the air. So I don't want to do this too long. I know it's late, but there's still a lot of cars going by. My goodness. So this is right above my head, an old light receptacle, the light switch. Don't think it works. But yeah, it's looking down at the ground. So you can see it's pretty cool. All right, so we're protected. So there is some wind that's coming in from the one larger door. Let me spin this around again. All right. So there is wind that's blowing in from the end door. So I had to. It actually blew our mesh over a little bit. So when I saw the mesh messed up, I was like, oh dang, did someone sneak in here? But it was the wind. I felt myself rocking some. So, well, it's pretty exciting, but I'm a little hyped up on that coffee. That was a pretty good pour over coffee that we did. And man, them fajitas, they're laying real good in the belly. so I'm full. It was really, really good, really cool. So like I said, it's around 1 o'clock in the morning, so it hasn't gotten too cold, so I'm still just in my puffy jacket. I don't have an underbase on tonight because, like I said, when we got here, it was around 54 degrees, and I don't believe it was getting much colder overnight, so I'll check the weather here in a little while. But for right now, we're toasty, we're good, and we're hanging in the hammock. All right, we'll talk to you later. Lights out. All right. Man, it's dark. Yeah. All right, it's about 2:30 in the morning. I had to get up. Thought I would check things out. Thought I heard some noises, but you can see across the street. It's only like one light on way up in the attic there on that one side. But I thought this would be a good time to kind of just show you a little bit. Let's just walk back over here. So this is the doorway. This is looking out the other way. That's that street light there. That's looking down the street. back of the building. And then back towards our place. See my shadow there. All right, so I'm gonna turn this little light on here. It's because this light is low. So watch cars. There's a car coming. Man, even though it's late, the cars are still running up and down this road. But there's our 2 bricks with our little tripwire. So I've got that low, you know, so if anything comes by that's small, but they'll try to stay away from this light, I'm sure, coming through here. But then we got our other one hanging here. So we hear that. Gotta step over it. All right, so this is our hammock setup. And I'm really liking this this camo. All right, it's that leaf pattern, but it's holy, you know, so it's really, really good. So we're just set up on the other side here. Like I said, I had to get up. Thought I heard some stuff. Thought I'd just check things out. Again, it's about 2:30 in the morning. We're all set up in this. But like I said, if I turn this light out, it is dark in here. But it's our window. I turn the light out. Just show you out this window here real quick. Oh, it's got all kinds of colors. All right, there it's out. So this is through the window, and that's the moon up there. And there goes another dang car. Man, like I said, they're just non-stop. Non-stop on this road. All right. Shot of the moon through the trees. It's kind of an eerie thing right there. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna climb back in here. All right, so there's our door. Our tripwire's over there. So as long as we don't hear any bells, we're good. I'll check in a little bit later. All right, so I was having trouble sleeping after I got up that last time. So I've been editing this video. So that's kind of what I've been laying here doing. And I tell you what, you've already seen it, but I sped up a lot of the cutting of the steak and the onions and stuff like that. And tell you what, you might be seeing an ASMR video of that. I didn't realize I had so much footage of me doing that, and that I had gaps where I wasn't talking, because that's the big thing, you know, with ASMR, the relaxation videos, you don't want to have talking in it. So it's all about sounds. So a lot of sounds in that. So I'm going to have fun. So you'll probably see another video come out. Yes, another ASMR video. But there are people that are subscribing to the channel just for the ASMR. So I want to keep everybody happy. So we've got the gold panning, you know, we've got the Appalachian Trail through hikers coming up. So some pretty exciting stuff with that. In a couple months, we'll start seeing, you know, the bubble, as they call it, coming up through. That's when a lot of hikers will start passing through. So that noise you hear, that's the wind. So one of the cool things about this spot is I'm very protected, more protected than what I've been. So I'm not feeling any moisture in the air because I'm in this setup here. So I've got this, I'm using my tripod and this little light set up on the tripod. So I figured something out for this. So I've got that little selfie light. So hooked up to a battery pack because that ran out of battery very fast. So got that set up, but this is a great thing. So looking straight up in the air at me, or straight down at me. So I got that on that side. You really can't see anything. So, but hey, I'm gonna keep working on editing what we've done so far, and I'll get that bug net out of the way. Jeez. So I'm going to really appreciate that bug net here in a couple months. But as far as being cold, not really. So I do have, let me just put my foot over this bug net. Held down for a second. There we go. And my arm. All right, so as far as being cold, I did grab this buff that I usually pull up. So you're not seeing my breath because it's not down in the 30s. So I think it's in the low 40s. So I think it's gonna get down to about 38, 37, 36. I think it's like 30, 36 degrees. When I looked earlier around 3 a.m. So it's past that. So I think we're close to 4 o'clock now. So, but the lowest it was gonna get was 36 degrees. So this setup's perfect for that, and warmer. I'll drop that thermal quilt whenever we get into warmer weather. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep editing. I'm set up pretty good here. All right, that coffee really hit me. So, all right, we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye. One more thing. So while I'm editing, I check my YouTube channel every once in a while, and hey, we just hit 425 subscribers. Yay! All right, let's get to 500 and then 1,000, right? So go ahead and share the video with other people, that might like this kind of stuff. So really appreciate you guys. I really, really do. All right, well, pull my hat down and get to editing. And then maybe I'll get tired enough to fall asleep. But I think the sun's going to come up in a couple hours here. So I'll talk to you later. All righty. It's 5:55. Just got done checking the weather. It is 41 degrees. Well, I'll throw that up right here. How's that? So, but it got down to 37. I haven't been cold all night. My hands got a little cold a little bit, but not bad at all. So thinking, oh, look at my hat's off. Gotta find it. So it's gonna get light here. Probably about another hour. This light's working out really good. I like that. So a lot of cars. So people are heading to work. It's early in the morning. It's Tuesday morning. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna get this light out, but I just wanted to check in real quick, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right. All right, there we have it. Sun just came up. Look at that, shining right through our sunroof here. So you weren't able to see it because it was too dark, but I could see some of the sky throughout the night through the opening there. So just climbed out of the hammock. Sun's coming up. A lot of cars. Just scoot down through here. A lot of cars going by. Looks like our security system's all up. Yeah. A lot of cars going. Yeah, you can hear the birds chirping. So, yeah, got that area all cleaned up last night. So this is where we cooked dinner. Steak Fajitas. Still got that light on. So it's gonna be a little bit till that goes off. But I'm gonna get things set up here to tear down. So grab the backpack and start tearing things down. All right, I think we're done here today. All right, sounds good. So, man, that was nice. That was nice. And the birds were just chirping this morning, just really chirping a lot. They were. I don't know if you can hear them now. They're on the roof. I kept hearing them pitter-pattering along the roof, this metal roof here. I'm standing by this door. Let me get out of the way. Yeah, they were running around on the roof about a half an hour ago as I was waking up. But you can hear that birds, they're just flying by the door here, zipping by. They're active this morning, so. Yeah, it's cloudy. It's going to be raining, start raining. It's 100% chance of rain today. So it's going to start raining probably in about another 3 hours is what the report said. So like I said, we're going to get packed up, walk down there and get the car and get out of here. But yeah, I got a lot to break down. All right, I'm going to get busy. All right, hey, Tony, Random Adventures 2.0. Hey, thanks for coming along, and I appreciate you coming along on this random adventure. So we got the place all cleaned up. We're all packed up, got backpack on, and we're ready to head on down the road and get the car. So this was a great night. Thanks for coming along. Remember, it's just one adventure at a time, and we'll see you on the next random adventure. All right, see ya.